Alright. Back to waiting. Like, nothing worth doing while we wait either. We can do this. This is what we can do, I suppose.
Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we'll be doing a full breakdown on Monk's job changes and additions coming in Endwalker. This information is fresh out of the latest media tour, but bear in mind everything in this video is still subject to change before Endwalker's release. I'm not going to focus too much on potencies here either, unless I feel like it's necessary to bring up, as it might be leading me to believe they have a certain plan for some of these skills. Also, there is a playlist in the description and from clicking the eye in the top right corner in order to take you to all of my other Endwalker job change videos. With that, let's get started. So Monk has undergone some significant changes to the job's burst and maintenance, but outside of that, it's going to feel almost identical between your buff windows. As such, there were a lot of old skills that got adjusted. For starters, True Strike and Twin Snakes had their positional bonuses completely removed. After thinking about the busyness of the new Monk openers and reopeners, I can see why, but it should also help players afraid of positionals to maybe take that. But it should also.
But does that matter?
The new Monk openers and.
Yeah, I think that does matter quite a lot. Because right now, the main issue with the Monk rotation is that you do Bootshine, True Strike, Demolish from the back. Then you move over, Dragon Kick, Twin Snakes, Snap Punch. Then you move back, and you do... No, it's still gonna suck. Like, it doesn't matter. Because the problem was that you had to stand on the side, do Snap Punch, then you go back to the back, and you use Bootshine, and then you use True Strike, and then you had to go back and do Snap Punch. And then at that point you have to do Snap Punch, and then go back and do Bootshine. So it becomes like this. But it doesn't matter. Like, this doesn't change anything. You still have to do that. Well, at the very least, it might save you like 1 or 2
reopeners. I can see why, but it should also help players afraid of positionals to maybe take that first step into trying the job. In the Media Tour build, they had their non-positional potencies, the same ones they have on live if you hover over them now. This specifically makes True Strike a weaker option than Snap Punch as opposed to equal potency. Just bear this in mind when considering burst windows. I'll be keeping an eye on the potencies when Endwalker actually goes live on November 19th. Also, stances from completing a weapon skill now last 30 seconds as opposed to 15, so perhaps we'll need to use Form Shift less? Next up, with Grease Lightning being a passive trait since 5.4, the dev team wanted to move their chakra gauge to a lower level. So they brought meditation all the way down to level 15. This is actually an awesome change for brand new players. Getting it while they are still leveling Pugilist should make leveling much more exciting. Also, makes sinking down a lot better too. At level 15, 5 chakras lets you use Steel Peak, which then becomes Forbidden Chakra at level 54. For an AoE chakra spender, you get Howling Fist at level 40, which later becomes Enlightenment. The next change is Shoulder Tackle has been removed and replaced with a new movement skill called Thunderclap. This attack does no damage, removing the need for Shoulder Tackle inside of your burst window. It instead lets you dash to enemies or allies, basically like a monk's equivalent of ethereal manipulation. It holds 2 charges when you first get it, and eventually goes up to 3 charges at level 84 thanks to a trait, and it gains one of those charges every 30 seconds. This skill feels super responsive, and being able to use it on allies gives monks some awesome feeling mobility. Next up, Riddle of Fire is now a 60-second cooldown, and Brotherhood is now a 120-second cooldown. To accommodate Riddle of Fire is not as potent as it was before, but both of these cooldowns should have much more consistent buff alignment now with the rest of the team. Monk even gets a new cooldown at level 72, Riddle of Wind. It doubles your auto attack speed for 15 seconds on a 90-second cooldown. Kind of an awkward cooldown, but I suppose you'll just hit it every 90 seconds so long as you have auto attack uptime on the boss. Finally, the most important change is a two-parter. First off, Perfect Balance got quite a few adjustments. It now has a 40-second charge time and holds up to 2 charges, as opposed to a 90-second cooldown like it had before. On top of that, it only provides 3 stacks of Perfect Balance, which makes sense given the reduction in charge time from Shadowbringers. However, the reason it has 3 stacks is because it interacts with Monk's new job gauge, Masterful Blitz. Masterful Blitz unlocks at level 60. When you perform weapon skills under Perfect Balance, you fill your Beast Chakra gauge. The 3 symbols on the gauge will match the form each weapon skill requires to use. So, if under Perfect Balance you use Dragon Kick, Boot Shine, or Arm of the Destroyer, those will give you an Oppo Oppo Chakra. Twin Snake's True Strike and 4-Point Fury will give you a Raptor Chakra, and Snap Punch, Demolish, and Rock Breaker will give you Co-World Chakras. Depending on the combination of chakras you execute during Perfect Balance, Masterful Blitz becomes a different skill, which you can then execute as a finisher. 3 of the same Beast Chakras gives you Elixir Field, dealing high AoE damage with some fall off. Having 3 different chakras turns it into Flint Strike, which basically does the same. And having 2 of the same type and 1 of another gives you Celestial Revolution, which is just a single target attack. Based on the potencies in the Mediator, Celestial Revolution basically seems like a consolation prize for making a mistake, as it has less potency than both other Blitz skills. It does not appear to be a single target option for blitzing. You'll always want to go for Elixir Field or for Flint Strike. So always match 3 of the same Beast Chakra or do 3 different ones. Each Blitz additionally provides either a Lunar Naughty or a Solar Naughty. Elixir Field and Celestial Revolution give Lunar Naughty, while Flint Strike gives Solar Naughty. If you perform Perfect Balance with 1 Lunar and 1 Solar already charged, plus any combination of 3 Beast Chakra, Blitz transforms into Tornado Kick, dealing big damage on the first target hit and some AoE falloff. Also, after any Masterful Blitz, you gain Formless Strike, so your next weapon skill will be Freeform as well. So your goal is to go
I'm really confused about this.
Solar Naughty, and then your big finisher.
Because they're doing this whole Masterful Blitz thing, which I like, but all the rewards for doing it are like the abilities that you already have.
With every 3 Perfect Balance uses. There are a couple of potential ways this works out.
So does the class just like revolve around
depending on what openers end up being prevalent.
Perfect Balance
but
now?
this new Perfect Balance gives Monk a lot of flexibility in their re-opener timings, since they are basically stanceless throughout the whole thing.
It's like looking at his bar. He doesn't have Tornado Kick.
So long as you don't let...
He doesn't have Tornado Kick, he doesn't have Elixir Field, he doesn't have
Twin Snakes or Demolish fall off in the process, you can do whatever you want in Perfect Balance.
But on the other hand, there are more skills that he doesn't have there.
And you want to enter these on a specific global, but it shouldn't be as awkward as it can be now if you fall out of rhythm. So,
Really weird
we
to
haven't
me.
even started talking about stuff that's over level 80 yet. But I'm sure you're wondering if anything happened to Anotman or Six-Sided Star. Well, no. They're exactly the same. So Six-Sided Star, use it when finishing bosses or mobs or right before significant downtime. And Anotman, when you want to save Twin Snakes? Who knows, this might actually be more valuable if you can keep the Twin Snakes buffs during the right downtime periods, and then you come right back to the boss and reopen immediately, so you don't need to reuse it, but I just suspect it's going to be a meme. So after level 80, what does Monk get? Well, compared to everything we just talked about, not really that much. At level 82, Arm of the Destroyer upgrades to Shadow of the Destroyer. This is a bit more potency, but also ensures a critical hit. Yep, so your AoE is going to have a bunch of exclamation marks now, which also means more chakras. At level 84, they get the trait I mentioned earlier that gives Thunderclap a third charge for more Monk mobility. At level 86, the Masterful Blitz Flint Strike becomes Rising Phoenix through a trait, giving it a new animation and increasing the skill's potency. At level 88, they get an absolutely nutty trait. Brotherhood will now grant the Monk a chakra every single time a party member executes a weapon skill or casts a spell. Yeah, chakras will floweth when you actually hit 88. This is nice because they basically removed all of the other off-global skills other than the chakras, so for burst windows, you'll be very busy. And at level 90, a trait transforms
I guess they
Tornado
did
Kick
remove
into
them.
Phantom Rush, increasing the potency of your Blitz finisher. So outside of burst windows, the job should feel very familiar. Twin Snakes every other combo, Demolish every third combo,
Phantom Rush is
alternate
Bum
between
Rush.
Dragon Kick and Boot Shine while using chakras whenever they fill up. However, their
From
burst
6.
window is kind of concerning based on the current design. Perfect Balance has a 40-second charge time and holds 2 charges. Now, if you use Perfect Balance after your opener has started like you do now, you won't be able to Phantom Rush in your opener, just Elixir Field and Rising Phoenix. Then, Phantom Rush would line up with 60-second reopeners if you wait on using your next Perfect Balance, so about 20 seconds. But now your Phantom Rush only ever lines up with 60-second reopeners for the rest of the fight, barring boss downtimes forcing a realignment. So your strongest skill by far never fits into your biggest burst window. The alternative is to pre-pull Perfect Balance at about 24 or 25
Monk, my favorite
seconds,
class?
forcing a 30-second countdown
Not really.
before a fight.
I don't know. I haven't really
This
played it
allows
that
you to
much.
fit a Phantom Rush in your opener, and every 2-minute reopener,
I'm just checking
while
the
still
video
having
while
one
I'm-
of your other blitzes for 60-second reopeners. But this
Waiting for that bad boy to pop.
opener is interesting, to say the least.
But
And worked
I've
out
been
in
meaning
half,
to play Monk for a while.
5 or 6 different openers. They're all pretty close to each other in efficiency, and quite frankly, if I keep going at it, this video just might not ever release.
I honestly don't really know what I would say is my favorite class. Probably White Mage. But I haven't played everything to 80 either. Tell me I was in New Game Plus mode. Otherwise I'm gonna scream. Hades.
Show your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
We got a naked old man. He's cosplaying Hildebrand. Cancel commencing. We finally got in and the servers are throwing me out. Like, absolutely fuck the North American servers. They're absolute fucking horseshit. Like, are you kidding me? I'm this close to flipping. If you're gonna disconnect me, just do it. Because the ping, it pings fine right now. Being stupid. Thanks for ruining the end of the game, Square Enix. Oh, we got in? Guess what? It's lagging again. Give substance to our hope, our dreams, our prayers. And by their undeniable grace, may our perfect world rise. Dawn walk the ever-hungering boar. Devour the light and return all to darkness. Impressive resilience, but it matters little. I have all eternity
Stifled by this vessel of flesh.
to break your stubborn wills. The limit gauge resets. Unburden your sleeping souls, brethren. I shall bear every hope, every dream, every prayer.
The future of these stars shall be shaped by my hands. I shall be raised up by the prayers of our fallen brethren. Behold, a sorcerer of El, tremble before their glory.
Oh. I'm super failing all of my rotations.
I am unbound by cosmic law.
Oh, okay.
Force pests.
Burial Jade.
This place will be your tomb. Behold! Darkness flow through me.
Watch out for the middle.
Proud despair. My dormant brethren, dream now of a dark tomorrow. All gathered might must be repaid with fading reflections. In Zodiac's name, I beseech you.
The light within her champions grow faint.
Was the war was like one free? No. Damn you. Damn your wretched blessings.
You got the limit break back. Can't see shit.
You have no power over me.
Did I have New Game Plus enabled? Seems like it.
Well, not killed. Should I sense this fight? What will become of it all? What will become of our dreams?
Enough, damn you! Such infernal strength! Now! Strike with all thy might!
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Emmett Selk is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
His ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiark, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart, yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emmett Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
I'll explain it all another time.
I see.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
It's good to see you awake, Gratia.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
Sitting here watching the ping, waiting for it to disconnect me.
So those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Ho there!
Greetings! You all right?
Welcome back!
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens, take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up sooner or later.
It's fine.
For the
He'll
love
drown.
of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on. Nevertheless,
And everyone died. The end.
as ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life,
Well, I haven't played all the patches, so maybe they do. Who knows?
so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story. as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
I ate my vegetables. There. He was totally ruined by a bunch of lag issues and disconnects, but we got through it. Do they have any more nice artwork? Nope, that's a 3D model. Oh, you play too? Yeah, I'm pretty excited, actually. Like, we just finished getting through all of this now. From scratch, from A Realm Reborn. And honestly, Shadowbringers is so much better, quality-wise, than all of the other expansions. That I'm really excited to see if they can keep that up. Or if they're just gonna fall flat. Yoshi P did say it was their biggest expansion to date. So we'll see what that means. Also, the servers are gonna be totally fucked on Friday.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment.
Be sure and give a full report to our fellow sires, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure he arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
Ha 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 ho ho ho.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
So we could technically go to the Crystal Tower and knock on the door and wake him up. Because he's still there. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source. Constant cutscenes, there's no time to say anything. Remember Garlemald? Remember these guys? Haven't seen them in I don't know how long.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others, struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor.
The Emperor!
Wait! Ugh. Uranians!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian? The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice! I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, Our contest shall begin anew.
I'm sure you can win. Xenos died there. The guys won. But yeah, I mean, after you finish grinding all the classes, not much else to do. I still want to do the Heavensward Zodiac weapon, but it's just such a pain in the ass. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't think so. I think I'll just play something else for a while at that point. Haven't been here in a while. Hello there. This is the second time you do this. But Robin, is it really you? But how? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Time moves in mysterious ways. Would you rather I went again? Oh, don't be daft. I just can't believe you're actually back. We heard the good news from your pixie friend, but nothing compares to seeing you in the flesh. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Guardian armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any sign of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. Hee hee! Kryl and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though it will be worth it to see that look on your face when you find out who it is. Well, I already know, because we've seen the cutscenes. Because they keep spoiling everything that's happening. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours, and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Ah, the Warrior of Light, back where he belongs, just as if nothing had happened. Though you do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. Oblivion has claimed him. Emmett Selk, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more, I am moved to re-evaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos, never did I dream you could overpower me so completely. Possessed as I was of your body, and all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied, its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. You have wrested the advantage, Hydaelyn. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden, and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence. just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, he may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. Warriors of darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of warriors of light. From this point, I remember some stuff, but not that much. I've only played it once, since Shadowbringers came out. It seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing moms and moms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures, as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family's for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. Though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? Blah 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 blah. You are now able to accept new quests from job-related NPCs in the source. What? What is that? Oh, I think they have like one quest or something. Let's see here. Paladin. Quests. Level 80. Worth fighting for. Genlins. Oh no! Let's see what this is. Ah, if it isn't Robin. How fare you, my friend? Still keeping up your training, I trust? The Sultan's Sworn have not been idle either. Seeking ways to better serve our nation, we have joined hands with the Gladiators Guild. We train with one another, helping to hone each other's sword art. The guild even dispatches its members to assist us in guarding the palace. None of this would have been possible without First Sword Milla's cooperation. She is a dedicated woman, dedicated to her art and to her own, and I have the utmost respect and admiration for her. So it was with deep concern that I noticed that something troubles her of late. Whereas before she was amiable, she has become given to brooding silences. I considered offering to lend an ear, but as a relatively new acquaintance, I did not wish to appear overly familiar. But you, Robin, you are her close friend. Will you not seek her out and inquire after the source of her consternations? Okay. You can do that. Oh, it's you, Robin. It's been a while. What brings you here today? Janice is worried about you. Is everything alright? What? What's this all of a sudden? Of course I'm... Ah, nay, I won't insult your intelligence by lying to you. You see, it's Aldous. He's returned to Ul'dah. He's been pardoned, so he has every right to be here. But it's just... I just don't understand what's going through his mind. Oh, if it isn't the very man I've been longing to see. Speak of the devil? Greetings, Robin. You look well. For someone who's been racing hells the world over. What kind of outfit do you have? Huh? I see my attire intrigues you. When I took my leave after the Ul Cup, I believe I said something to the effect of still having much to learn. That's what I've been doing. Learning. I remembered hearing tales of the fearsome swordsmen of the Far East, and so I decided to journey there and train in their style. You never cared for convention or tradition. Is it any wonder we're confused to see you actually look the part? Ha, I suppose you're right. But you have to admit, Milla, I look pretty good in this. Looks weird. So, Robin, how about you and I have a bout, for old time's sake? ... It's funny every time. Not one to bear steel needlessly, is that it? But I know you need this, Robin, as much as I do. We're of a kind, you and I. When we see a mighty foe, we can't resist the urge to test ourselves. Now, as much as I fancy a rematch in the Colosseum, we'll have to settle for a humbler venue this time. Let's see. How about Scorpion Crossing, outside the gates of the Sultan? There's space there, if not a lot of people to watch our glorious match. Oh, don't you even think about fighting in the city. If you must feed your vanity, I'll attend as witness. At the very least, I can explain the situation to the brass blades should they appear. Thanks, I appreciate it. And there you have it, Robin. I'll see you at Scorpion Crossing. I'm gonna kill him. What the hell is that? Just outside there. I don't think I've ever seen this gate. Ever. Or you the gobbler. The goblet. Yeah, I've never. No, okay, that's the player housing area. I've never been in there. Other than maybe teleporting in. Aha! I've been looking forward to this. Come, my friend, let's begin. You can't win, bro. Impossible. How? How did you become so strong? I found something I couldn't bear to lose. I don't know. Whatever. You journeyed to another world and found something you couldn't bear to lose? Aldous, what's the meaning of this? There's no point. As I am, I don't stand a chance against Rob. You would admit defeat before you've even fought. It's unseemly, aye. But because of my training, I've come to know Milla. Come to know the power of resolve and the difference it makes. Forgive me. I need a moment alone. Absolutely cucked, dude. Ah. This isn't the Aldous I know. He's never once backed down from a fight. I don't doubt that you've grown stronger since last we met. But so has Aldous. That's why he challenged you, to put his training to the proof. Yet by that self-same training, he could see that he was no match for you. I don't know what to say. Well, there's no use pondering things here. Let's return to the guild. Aldous hasn't returned. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left Ul'dah again. It wouldn't be the first time he's disappeared as quickly as he's arrived. Don't blame yourself. The problem is, Aldous is an Aldous alone. It's up to him to resolve it, however long that may take. At any rate, don't feel compelled to linger on his account. I'm sure you have much demands on your time. Come and visit again when you have the chance. Sorry for taking off like that. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Truth be told, I'm ashamed to show my face, but there's something I needed to tell you. After I left, I thought long and hard on your words, and that which you said made you that which you said made you strong. It led me to ask myself what it is that I wish to protect. And you found your answer? I did. Fool that I am, it took me a long time, but I finally realized that it was always close by. Hold this. Milla, this is embarrassing for me to say, but that which is dearest to me, that I cannot bear to lose, is the Gladiators Guild. What? The old guildmaster. He was as a father to me, and this place is a home. Is as a home. No matter where my path may lead, the guild will always welcome me with open arms. I realize that now. Aldis, you... So, if I'm to protect the guild, it means, well, you know... It means I have to be at the guild. So, from today, I'm giving up the itinerant life. After all these years coming and going as you please, sending nary a word, you think you can just stay here? You got a lot of nerve. Why, Milla, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were worried about it. Shut your mouth! If you wish to stay, then do as you like. That's what you're good at. Ah, there's the grimace I know and love. There truly is no place like home. He's such a Chad. She's been waiting for like 30 years for him to ask her out. He's like, no. But just aside, Robin. Because of you, I've finally realized what's important to me. For that, I give you my thanks. From here on, I'll watch over the guild while I continue honing my skills. Who knows? If I work hard, I might even become the first sword one day. Not on your life! No one would entrust the guild to a selfish bastard such as you. And skills or no, you're starting from the bottom like the rest. Aye, whatever you say. It was good seeing you, my friend. Do come and visit again. From now on, you know where to find me. We get some useless materia, very cool. Now, here's the problem with continuing. I am on the quest in the name of the light. And if we check New Game Plus, we just finished part 2. And I don't have part 3, because I haven't finished part 3. So there's only one solution to that. And that's switching data center. And logging in on my Europe character. There, here we are not Gibbs, here we are me. So I can do this with the inventory. The fucky part is, I don't think I have Where is the summoning bell there? I don't think I have a Fantasia on this character. I haven't used one ever, but this character is so old that it never got any of the free ones that they give you. But maybe I have one on a dude somewhere. Not there. No, I don't have a Fantasia. Oh, whatever. Here, though, I'm on Shaken Resolve, which is the quest right after you finish Shadowbringers. So we're gonna have to play on this character until we catch up. Here we are, a Gunbreaker though. So we are also level 80 White Mage and level 80 Black Mage. So we're gonna play Gunbreaker. Shaken Resolve. Robin, gods, it's good to see you. I hope your being here means you've had your fill of rest. More than my fill. Well, you've certainly earned it. Not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refused to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimlet Dark, and that the Empire's shown no sign of movement. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First. Great. Oh, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Flamin to join us. Flamin. Something like that. Flamin. She'll want to know what happened to Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet on the terrace at the House of Splendors. Now, I kind of just want to play on this character, like in Europe, because I live in Europe. The servers are gonna be like 1,000,000 times better, but they're mostly fine in the US, except that they've been fucking garbage for a month almost. But I don't know anyone who plays in Europe, so like the boys in our current guild, they're never online. But when Endwalker starts, there might be someone online. That's kind of why I started playing on this character last time instead. Why I got 80 white mage and 80 black mage here. Because it felt like a waste of time to play on the other server, because no one was online anyway. Yeah, Robin! My, it has been too long. Tataru did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the first. This world Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Tataru should be arriving shortly. And so Minfilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle. This girl who Thancred named Reen. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Robin, might I ask a favor of you when next you return to the First? To tell Reen what I cannot. To tell her thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well, for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Ryle. Ryle? I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish, nay, I've not had a peep out of him, and it's been a good long while now, too bloody long, on account of which I'm going to sneak over the border and see if I can't get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through Gimlet now the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting round here twiddling my thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now, I'd best be... Ah, I nearly forgot. Kryle's at the stones, and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She was getting ready to examine them again when I left. We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. What? It seems she's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad.
You're here. Good.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured, Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
Leave it to me.
Thank you.
But where's he even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct? Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the First and apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
There is one hope. One faint hope. There's one. What do you have for me? Ah! Nope. It's over. Well, we can at least go and see if we can fix our hairstyle to fit this a little bit better. Time to get a haircut. Oh, stomach hurts. But the thing is that no hairstyles work for the Hur. Like, the Hur is the worst race in the game. It's absolutely terrible. I wish I could just hide the helmet here. I don't want to have that. This was what I used to have, then Thancred came along and he was like, that's me. Like, okay, fuck you, Thancred. That works. That's the Caleb hairstyle. That could work. Ah. Fucking mustache is so gross. I don't know if that was any better. Mainly that one we died. It was probably worse. But whatever. It is, however, pretty much time to stop. I killed myself. There. We log out right in front of spoilers for Lightblight. But that'll be that for today. Tomorrow, as usual, programming stream. See if we can finally figure something out. And then we continue. We only have 3 days to finish the story, so we'll see if that's enough. I very much doubt it. But yeah. Until next time, thanks for hanging. Have a good night. Bye-bye.